So, good morning, guys. Hopefully, you guys are having a good Sunday so far. We're going to have a little bit of a short live stream, about 20 to 30 minutes before I go over and get my oil changed. So, had a little bit of fun last night and then, just kind of recovering this morning. But we're all good. It wasn't like a hungover or nothing crazy like that. It was just having fun. Every once in a while, we need some detoxes in our own lives to, break up the monotony. But this was on my mind and I want to share it with you guys. And a lot of you guys, you might see the same stuff that I'm seeing. You might see something completely different. And however you see it, we this is what's really going on. And I'm really been looking at this in a crazy way. So you guys see the title of the live stream. And I'm fully aware that, I'm starting this early, so people gonna be coming in here a little bit later. But we got to get this in because, like I said, I got to go get my oil change. But anyways, our world is spiraling out of control at a rapid pace. The Western culture, the Western society, it's deteriorating right before our eyes. You can see it just in the amount of things that people watch. Like the level of entertainment that people will watch today, it isn't even really quality entertainment. It's just basically a whole bunch of gyrating and a whole bunch of idiotic, goofy stuff that somehow entertains people. The music hasn't evolved, the movies haven't evolved, relationships haven't evolved, families haven't evolved. Everything is just stagnant or declining, is really what's going on. And it's sad that we let society get this far, but I'm going to explain to you guys how we got this far. That's why America is slipping away, bro. You are 100% right. Capping USA 75. You, my friend, you see exactly what's going on. See, what we're looking at, Capping USA, we're looking at a whole generations of people that are lost, misguided, and you can't fix people after ages 15 to 25. People say that you're stuck in your ways at 25. No, most people are lost by 20 years old. By 20 years old, most people are gone. He also writes, Captain USA also writes, no American values, no norms, no social mores, etc. Yeah, we don't even know what American values even are anymore. They don't teach it anymore. And that's the reason why, the generations are so lost. We don't teach it anymore. What it is to be an American, what it is to have the American dream, to have a house, to have a family, a heterosexual family, have kids, you know, worry about the community. Guys, each and every day recently, like the past week, the city has just been insane. The level of outrage, the level of anger that people have on the interstate and the highways, and just interacting with everyday city people and how on edge they are. Something is seriously wrong, guys. Um, Cap in USA, I'm 50, and it started with people like my age. Yeah, it's been going. It's been going. I have noticed that it's been a steady decline over years. Um, Slackers in the shows. Gen X was always considered slackers in the shows. Well, I've heard contrary, Captain. You and I'm going to defend you guys just a little bit. Um, Really, I think it started with the boomers because if I'm not, if I'm, this is just from the people that I watch, like the Angry Man and all that stuff. Like he's breaking down, like the boomers mistreated Gen X and Gen X overcompensated and kind of made millennials and Gen Z entitled because of how the boomers treated Gen X. But like every Gen X dude that I notice that I encounter is extremely intelligent. They real masculine men. They know how to fight still. They argue with you. They don't they real. And you coming off as that same kind of dude, Captain USA, and for that we're gonna give you a wrench on the channel, bro, because we need more logical people. I always consider slackers, and it shows. There's always exceptions, of course. Yeah, but I heard it started with the boomers. It was a book about this called The Generation of Psychopaths. I never got into. Exactly, bruh. He said back in his day there was maybe 1 in 10 liberal-minded people who were offended by everything. Bro, now everyday people today are offended by the slightest thing. It's like, damn, being an exception, there must be a norm. Unpopular but thoughtful. That's an interesting name. Yeah, as you guys come in here, double tap the screen and hit the like button. But yeah, guys, like we're in a very broken place. And you guys, just look at the simple stuff that we do each and every day. Um, like just look at the clothing. Yeah, he says standards set low or high. But just look at the basic stuff like clothing. Guys, we have women walking down the street. Like just imagine in the 1950s where families were strong, America was strong. Yeah, it wasn't perfect then, but the women were had dresses and they were oversized, so you didn't know if she had a butt or if she had titties or anything like that. And so that killed all the sexual thoughts in your brain that go to your brain as a male, right? So you're not, looking and creeping at women. And, if she has a good looking face, that's about the only thing that you'll look at and see. If she's thinner, you can notice that, but you won't know what she's holding up here or from back there, just from the pictures that I've seen and how that generation of people was raised. Fast forward into the day, guys, women are having their titties out for you on full display. They're wearing tights so you can see the camel toe, and then on the tights, you can see her butt clapping if her butt's big enough, or she got them certain tights that dig into her backside. It's crazy, bro. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Captain USA. I was raised by Gen X. He's in it. My dad's in his 50s. He raised me right, so I got a lot of respect for my Gen X people. I think the boomers really did you guys wrong, and all the boomers weren't terrible people either. The bondsmen. It's wild why it's not even just us. The infection has spread to so many other countries, bro, and that's the startling point. The bondsman, because it's like, damn, is this the end of the world? Some days it feels like that, don't it? And like we're not like doom. This is not a doomsday like conspiracy channel. We look at the world, and bruh, it is like feminism, for example, the bondsman, like it's spreading across the world, and it's hurting every society that has feminism. I mean, the women don't want to procreate because they're pushing off because of their careers. And it's like, okay, once you let that cat out of the bag, you can't put it back in the bag without there being some kind of war. And so that's kind of where we're going. I don't want to say it directly because YouTube kind of like doesn't want that to go that way. But back in the day, being normal, the way women run around today would have been awesome. Oh man, man. Today, Captain USA, they just give it up on the first night, bro. Real talk. Back then, I'm sure you guys had to go on three, four, five dates. Oh, you said, "Oh yeah, can't have a single opinion spoken without people extrapolating that you must have 10 other opinions you didn't even say. The American population is broken, mind broken. Y'all, bruh, we all see the same exact stuff. And it seems to get worse each and every day. Now I'm older, not so much. I thought biker shorts on women were bad, but boy, these it's crazy how these women dress now. Bruh. Guys, you guys go to the gym. Guys, if you guys go to the gym today, the modern gym today, you would be astounded at what these women wear. It's like you might as well just walk around naked at this point. Like how the Greeks used to do with the Romans when they had the Olympics and all that, and they used to just run around and do stuff naked. I mean, we might as well just go back to that. Sub, I agree with you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys coming in here. I'm glad a lot of you guys can identify with this. Um, because sometimes, guys, I'm gonna be real with you guys. When I walk out into the real world, everybody's lost. They're beyond lost. They're like, they have faith and stuff. They still have the faith in the government and everything. I'm like, faith in people, right? Whenever you're dealing with women today, you got to automatically factor in that she's lying to you at some level. Like the loyalty amongst people is just not there, bro. It's just not there. And then yeah, like Ivan Lov said, then you tack on these women desensitizing you in everyday public interaction, and then you tack on the fact that X-rated videos are so accessible. No wonder people got these 20-year-old dudes got erectile or erectile dysfunction. I mean, what is feminism anyways? It didn't turn into something else. E- At first, like the first and second wave feminism is like we want to go work in the workplace, and now it's like they want to like have the right to prostitute themselves. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that you on YouTube, but you guys get what I'm saying. Tell me you're lying, bro. Hello, and please tell me you're lying. I don't know what I be lying about. Basically, saying women are better than men, and I don't accept that. No, women can't even raise. They can't even raise children. What are women today are lazy. They don't want to cook and clean. Even though I'm sure you can relate to this, Cap in USA. Back in your time, you guys still had to do a whole bunch of manual stuff around the house. Today, laundry, just put the stuff in the dishwasher. Clothes, put the stuff in the laundry. Take that, put it in the dryer, fold it. You maybe put in 30 minutes of labor. The machine already done did most of it for you. They don't want to do that. And then they go to their job and they're making 50, 60K and they're in 100K in debt and they say they get into the bag. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Sarah Finnegan said, "Oh, we got women in here taking the berating or seeing the logic." I've raised three daughters and raised them to be equal on the same, taking advantage of. Yeah. See, we need more men like you, Captain USA. Well, apparently we have a lot of simp fathers that give them everything, and that's contributing to how bad they have gotten as well. Um, Starburst writes, "I agree. The system did a number on women now, me included." Yeah, and like women, the thing about women, the good women, you're gonna start off wrong because society is gonna teach you wrong. If you're raised by a single mom and you don't have any access to your father, you're gonna start off on the wrong foot. and you're gonna figure it out probably post college, probably right before or right at you hit 30 years old, and you're gonna realize, damn, I messed up, and you got to make hurry up and make up a decision then. But it's a shame how they lead you down this path that doesn't lead to anything productive. And it's not just the women, guys. It's the men too. The men are just as lost as the women. It's just that if we get the women in line, it will fix a lot of relationships because women are the gatekeepers to intercourse. So if a woman says, hey, you're not going to get any of this until you put a ring on his finger. Hey, you're not going to get any of this until you wife me up and you're a doctor and you're making six figures. The dudes will be enrolling in medical in high numbers. Yep, it's why I gave up on Americanized women. Got me a woman from the Philippines. I'm completely checked out. I'm only working towards escaping this hellhole. Damn, homie, I can't disagree with you, bro. Once I get to a certain space, I'm gonna have a house outside of the country as well. Um, like guys, it's crazy that I'm having this live stream right now. Michigan, I just got a notification. Michigan has a church shooting right now. They just had a church shooting right now. Lets you know what kind of times we are in, guys. They shooting at everything. They shooting at Charlie Kirk. They shooting at pastors. They shooting at kids. They shooting at old people. This shit is unraveling right before our eyes, guys. And we can't just keep standing by and expecting to get any better. But you have to unlearn and relearn. Yeah, very few people can do that, Starburst. I'm just letting you know. But you're one of the exceptions to the rules because you got a high IQ. If you're able to do that, Dino Liam said hi. What's going on? He said yes, sir. Dishes, laundry, and and if we not, we got whooped or whipped. And that's the thing too, Captain USA. The the corporal punishment that y'all got today, or y'all had back then, today it would be a damn near felony. You go to jail for 3 years today for the disciplining of your children. Starburst writes, men, black men, was being attacked for years, and now it's women's turn. It's so wild to see this in real time. Captain USA, good men are men and good women are good women. That's why the concept's so hard to understand. To leave America is giving into the trends, and I feel that for those who feel the need, yep, it started in Canada. Yeah, I feel those who feel the yeah, we're and like guys, I don't know if you guys have noticed this as well. Like the educational system in America, these kids can't read. They don't want to work, and so it's a tough sell. So it's like, damn, we need more domestic manufacturing, but our American culture at the core of it doesn't produce competent and hardworking people. And so we're in a quagmire. We don't want a whole bunch of immigrants, especially illegals over here. But damn, the young kids today, they can't read and and they don't want to work hard. And so shit, we probably gonna just have a whole bunch of AI. Trump tried to get. I was reading an article where Trump tried to get Apple, Tim Cook, to have create a domestic manufacturing base in America, and he said that's a non-starter, meaning that that's so stupid we're not even gonna start the conversation. It's because they know these young kids don't want to work. They know we couldn't keep up with the demand. And so instead of them doing with China, they're doing it with India now. We have modern Weimar Republic. It's insane. Explain that unpopular thought. That's a new concept to me. Indoctrination, passing on useful idiot rhetoric. Yeah. Yeah. That's what colleges are today, basically. Well, they don't even see what's going on with them. They're being replaced and they don't even know it. Yep. And guys, I think if we get to the AI, I say AR, if we get to the AI piece a lot faster than we should, yeah, I've heard that before. I'm tripping. Weimar Republic. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that before. We have yeah. Yeah, I mean for me, I can't speak for everybody. Some people still have faith in the political system. I have no faith in either the Republicans or the uh, liberals at this point. And I've been a conservative mostly my whole life, but I just have no faith in it no more. No faith in them, either one of them. Now, granted, I'd rather have you have to charge 75,000 for an iPhone if it was made in the U.S. Good way to kill sales. Yeah, like what you said, Captain. You were saying if we get replaced by AI, that's going to replace a good portion of the human population. Period. Maybe that's the whole goal behind feminism is to stale off. They're like, hey, instead of going to war with each other, why don't we just teach feminism? What's going to happen with feminism is, well, they're going to focus on their careers. They're going to get smashed out and get devalued. So, a man, he don't want to have a smashed out chick, and he don't want to have a career woman that don't want to be a homemaker or don't want to raise the kids at least the first 5 years of the kid's life. They don't want men don't want to have to spend for maids and babysitters and all this stuff. And so it's going to break down the whole entire family unit, and it's going to lessen the population because women are going to be convinced to work. And plus, we can tax both the men and the women. Yeah, we'll probably have a whole bunch of imbeciles that, come because a lot of imbeciles come from from intact family units, but they're more likely to come from broken families. And so, yeah, I mean, the quality of people in society will deteriorate, but we'll just replace them with AI and we'll lock those kids up. Mm. You see, that's how much they are in China. Wow. Is that like in their dollars, or is that like in their dollars converted to USD? Yes, 7,500 for an iPhone. Psh. And like, bro, and like, man, like none of this shit makes any sense. Like right now, the farmers are like, hey, like, can we at least get some kind of relief or something? Because nobody's buying our soybeans. Bro, we're in a crazy time right now. I hope old buddy knows what he has. I hope he knows what he's doing. I hope he knows the long term plan because nobody sees it right now. How much they are in China? That's how much. Japan is pushing back on replacement, but we just accept the Indians in droves. Mm. Well, he tried to put a stop on that with them $100,000 visas. See if that works. People will just find a loophole around this certain stuff. I'm much sure about feminism, but I see the political side of what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why this stuff is happening. It's this. It can't. It has to be a reason. Because if AI is going to be here as prominent as they say it's going to be, you're not going to need half of the. You're not going to need billions of human beings unless you're like in an undeveloped country. If anyone needs it, it would be the farmers and how to raise crops better and healthier and more efficient. Yep. Yeah, it's been by design. Yeah. L1 visa is a loophole. Train them on the house company software, and boom, you can ship them over for free. Damn. See, we got a lot of smart people in here today, and you guys are an older, experienced men in here today that can bring some value to the chat. And so we're gonna let this go for about another 2 to 3 minutes before I go get my oil change. I'm gonna add you as a moderator too, unpopular but thoughtful. So yeah, we're gonna rock out for a couple more minutes before I go get my oil change. But this has just been on my mind heavy, guys. And we just see this stuff everywhere. Like just the amount of overweight people we see. It's like, damn, man. Like it's like, damn. Like you can't even afford. See, I'm 20 away. I'm just black pill. I notice the patterns, bruh. I ain't black pill, but shit, I'm slowly getting to that color, bruh. I'm slowly getting to that color. I ain't lost all hope. Yeah, shout out. Yeah, you guys, we need you guys in here, Captain USA. I appreciate you guys for being in here. You guys can educate me because I'm a younger dude. I'm around unpopular but thoughtful's age. I'm 27. He's 28. And so Captain USA, like, man, like dating today is cooked. It's cooked, man. Like getting married, like I would love to get married and have kids, but you can't trust these women today. And then marriage is a huge advantage for women, but you don't want to have kids outside of a union. And so you're in a we're in a huge quagmire because I don't want to have my first kid at 35, 40. But damn, like the way expensive housing is, I appreciate it, Captain. You say yeah, I've been getting my whole life. I'm an old soul. I mean, we all mature at different times, but yeah, my whole life I've been. They're like, you got an old soul. I just wanted to a normal life, but the deck is stacked against you. The game was rigged from the start. Yeah, I mean, we're starting. We live. Yeah, we're really going to live through some crazy stuff. Yes, shout out to the women for being in here. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna be back on the light. I'm gonna be back around like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Tonight again for another live stream. I gotta go get my oil change. I appreciate you guys in here, uh, identifying with this live stream. I'll be definitely coming with more topics like this that you guys want to listen to, and we can talk about and um, just have regular conversation with each other with because this is wild, guys. This whole stuff is getting wild. and we're getting to a breaking point soon. And so again, I appreciate you guys. I will be back on the live stream later on tonight. You guys stay tuned for that. As you guys exit out, double tap that screen, hit the like button for me. It's much appreciated. And I'll see you guys tonight, man. Peace.